Hey everyone, today we're taking a look at the new Marvel Legends Retro Mysterio / Quentin Beck action figure. And as many of you know, a different Mysterio figure was released back in 2020, and we'll compare that version to this one later. Also, apologies for the damaged window at the top of the packaging. So as usual, the retro Spider-Man card design looks amazing, featuring the bold, vibrant Spider-Man logo at the top, and the purple cityscape with neon-style lighting in the background. And the right side of the card includes a sharp comic-style image of Mysterio. On the back, you'll find a larger image of the retro Spider-Man logo and Mysterio, along with an outline of the figure, the unmasked head sculpt, and the two alternate hands. And a short character bio appears beneath the image. Mysterio's signature pearlescent helmet looks awesome, with an opaque off-white finish that leans toward a light cloudy gray. The sculpt is excellent too, with sharp contouring and a clean overall color finish. And when you're ready to place the head sculpts, you just pop the dome off. And the easiest way to do that is to simply remove the cape, which is attached to the dome. And then just unlock it like this basically. Simple as that. Moving on, Mysterio's outfit is brightly designed with bold colors. The light green bodysuit shows off the sculpted musculature nicely. Included are dark green trunks and a yellow belt featuring a medium green buckle with a purple center. His gloves and armored gauntlets are yellow, and the yellow boots follow suit, accented with medium green on the sides and toe area. The yellow diamond-shaped cape clasp looks sharp, and the flowing cape itself looks great, as it's packed with creases for realism. And around the neck, the folds bunch into a thick, layered collar that really sells the fabric look. And in case you're wondering, the cape is quite rigid. Overall, it's a well-executed Mysterio with a bright, vivid suit fitting for his 90s animated Spider-Man appearance. For accessories, here's the unmasked Quentin Beck head sculpt. His blonde hair is slicked back into a ponytail with sculpted strand lines for extra detail. The face has a stern, slightly scowling expression. Also, the eyebrows are furrowed, the eyes are blue, and there's clean facial contouring. Overall, it's a dope, well-executed head sculpt. The second head sculpt is an illusion effect skull. The light pink skull is semi-transparent and amazingly detailed, as you can even see the cracks on it. Furthermore, a swirling tentacle-like effect wraps around it, running through the mouth and right eye. And it has a dark, glossy pink finish. Overall, this head sculpt has a ghostly, almost holographic vibe, perfectly capturing Mysterio's hallucinatory projection powers. And lastly, you get two open hands. For the rest of the accessories, you get two translucent effect pieces that recreate the mist/smoke that Mysterio usually appears in. They look excellent, and the color finish is a mix of layered pink gradients, light and dark, that blend smoothly. Also, the shapes twist and curve like streaming smoke, with other sections mimicking flowing vapor, spiraling tendrils, and bubbles. And the really dark pink areas have a glossy shine. Overall, they look dynamic and fluid, perfectly capturing the mist/magical fog vibe of Mysterio. Alright, comparison time. Starting with the dome head sculpts, there are two main differences. First, the shape. The animated version is wider and more sprawling, while the comic version is taller and bulb-like. Second, the color finish. Both are pearlescent, opaque, and off-white, but the animated dome has a light, cloudy gray tone, while the comic version has a warmer glow and a darker finish. For the bodysuits, there are two main differences. First is the color. The animated figure has a bright, bold suit fitting its animated origins, while the comic version uses a medium green tone color finish. Second is the detailing. The animated suit is fairly simple, whereas the comic-themed one features black line work forming a tiled, brick-like pattern of green squares that gives it an almost armored look. There's also a black wash throughout to bring out the details even more. For the gloves and gauntlets, The animated figure keeps it simple with plain yellow pieces, while the comic version features gold gloves and ornate square-shaped armored gauntlets. These gauntlets are heavily detailed with swirling patterns, and the gauntlets taper toward the wrist. As for the boots, the animated one uses bright yellow, and the comic version goes full gold. And aside from the color, the designs and detail are mostly similar, although the animated boots flare a bit wider at the top. Another difference is the muscle tone, as the animated version has much more pronounced muscles compared to the comic one. The capes also differ. Beyond the obvious purple versus deep red color, the folds near the neck on the comic version are thinner and less wide, while the purple cape has larger, thicker folds. And on the back, the crease patterns are arranged a little differently as well, especially around the dome area. Also, the purple cape's diamond-shaped clasp are yellow with a cream-colored center, while the red cape has gold clasp featuring a raised circular detail. Lastly, the inner area of the red cape has that circular ornate detailing, similar to that on the gauntlets. A final difference is that the comic version includes a semi-transparent turquoise Quentin Beck head sculpt, which you can reveal by lifting the dome and removing the cape. And despite the semi-transparency, the hair and facial details come through quite well, and the expression is neutral. Overall, the head sculpting is very good. He also comes with two turquoise semi-translucent mist effects, just like the animated version. They look great, with smooth gradients of light and dark shading. They're essentially the same pieces, just in a different color. Nice. So in terms of height, they're basically the same, and I've got to say, I definitely like anything packed with detail, like we saw earlier with the comic Mysterio. But I'm also big on anything animated, and animation-themed figures just hit different in my opinion, especially with those bold, popping colors. So with all that in mind, I'm leaning toward the animated Mysterio, and both figures look amazing and well thought out, but the animated version has me sold. We'll now begin looking at Mysterio in a series of poses, and you can see the semi-translucent smoke effects are present. Next, here he is with the alternate hands and the skull piece. Now here's the figure with the alternate unmasked Quentin Beck head sculpt. And here's another view of the figure, this time holding the helmet. Here's the skull head sculpt equipped this time. And here's another view of the figure. Alright, as for the articulation, the dome is obviously not able to move in any direction. So moving on, there are butterfly joints. The arms rotate fully. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist swivel, then there's a hinge. He has a very good ab crunch. And he can bend back. And since the helmet and cape are essentially connected, the key is to hold the helmet in place when moving him backwards at the torso, so that the cape doesn't become unhooked from the peg hole. Waist swivel. The legs go out to the sides this much. They kick forward to a 90-degree angle, and they go back this far. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and the lower legs bend back quite far. The foot goes up this far. It goes down quite far. Ankle pivot. As for the unmasked Quentin Beck head sculpt, it goes up nicely. And it moves down nicely. It tilts very well and looks from side to side with no problem. So, a very good range of movement. As for the skull head sculpt, it looks up quite far, and it's the same as when it looks down. Nice. It turns with no problem. However, it basically can't tilt, but that's nothing major, as the rest of its articulation is very good. And that wraps up our look at the Marvel Legends Retro Mysterio figure. This one really shines with its bold animated colors and very clean sculpting, and I didn't find any errors on the figure, so it was done that well. As for the accessories, especially those swirling smoke effects, they add a ton of display potential. I also like how the unmasked Quentin Beck head sculpt and the illusion skull give you two completely different vibes for the same figure. Also, the articulation is solid overall. On the other hand, comparing the figure to the comic version from 2020 was quite fun, because both bring something unique to the table. The comic Mysterio has an intricate detailing and darker tone, while the animated one pops with that classic 90s energy. Personally, I'm leaning toward the animated version, as I mentioned earlier. It just captures that nostalgic feel perfectly. But honestly, you can't go wrong with either one if you're a Mysterio fan. So let me know in the comments which figure you prefer and which head sculpt you display. And if you enjoyed the review, please smash the like button and the subscribe button so you won't miss any of my new content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.